Hello Swapper Shoppers, I'm your Swapper Shopper. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today we're doing lime cordials. We've got one from Waitrose and we've got one from Tesco. Now recently I started drinking lime rather than lemon because lemon got a bit too samey. It's a very strong taste, as you can imagine. Lime is also a strong taste and flavour, but it's a little bit more watered down, I feel like, in comparison to the really strong citrus of a lemon. So I wanted to compare which is better, because everyone these days in the UK says about how Waitrose is a superior supermarket, how all the posh people will go to Waitrose and spend hundreds of pounds on their shopping every week, and this is the Mexican lime cordial Waitrose and Partners one. And then at the end of the day, really, is it much different to the Tesco version that's quadruple strength, was far cheaper? I think it was like another £1 cheaper, and you get a lot more for your money. Ultimately, what's the difference? Is this actually really worth the cost? Now, there's obviously going to be people that drink them because obviously they sell them. But really, is it worth it? And can I convince any of you guys to try one of these lime cordials? Let's have a go. Now, I have to be very careful with putting these in the glasses. The reason being is because this is not concentrated, apparently, as in like it's not double strength, quadruple strength, etc. This is quadruple strength. Now, I'm not going to measure per tablespoon because, let's face it, who on earth measures via tablespoon? No one is at home with a bottle of cordial and a tablespoon, measuring it out, getting the little tablespoon right and popping it gently in the glass. No fucker is doing that. Start with the Waitrose one. Shake well before use, dilute to taste. We suggest 1 part cordial with 4 parts water. Okay. Now, I'm just going to do it how strong I would normally have it because I feel like that's the best indicator. If I start messing about being exact, then the problem is it's not going to be a fair test. I'm just going to have to put in what I would normally put in to get a full glass of lime cordial. So if I have a look, I would probably put about that in for normal cordial. So you can be the judge as to whether or not you think that's strong or weak in your eyes. These are just standard Tesco highball glasses for comparison. So here's the lime one, and this one is the Tesco one. Quadruple strength. So in theory, I want a quarter of what I've just done. It smells... Oh, hold on. I forgot to smell them as well. Okay. Interesting. Now you have to be very careful with these ones. Probably going to go with that. I still think that's probably too much, but I can always add a little bit more water if necessary. Okay, there we go. I have a handy jug that I have, and I'm going to use this to fill them up so I don't have to run to the tap. Okay, so apologies if this is making you want to go to the toilet. Probably say about there, so I'm going to try and fill that the same. About the same. Okay. Okay. So this one basically says dilute 1 part squash to 19 parts water. 1 tablespoon makes a 300ml glass. Again, like, the instructions for these are just ridiculous. Who's measuring the exact milliliters of the glass and pouring out the exact amount of water into it? You're not. You're just going to do it by just whatever you're used to. And if it ends up being too strong, you just add a little bit next time. You get used to it. You know how to drink cordials. So, I was originally going to try and do this a blind reaction and get someone else to help me. But I didn't see the point, because the point isn't whether or not I like one more than the other, it's whether or not it's worth the increase in cost. Because remember, this is more expensive, plus it's not concentrated, so this isn't going to last as long. This is cheaper, and this is concentrated 4 times, and you get an awful lot more. So it's about whether or not this is actually significantly better, and I could like the taste of both of these for all I know. You know, I could really, really enjoy the taste of this one, but I feel like if this is a close match and this is almost as good, there's no way I would buy that, because there's no way I would feel it would justify the purchase. So I'm going to give them a sniff test. So I'm going to keep the Waitrose one on the left, that's the right to you, and I'm going to keep the Tesco one on the left to you. So I'll give them a smell. It doesn't really have much smell. Again, doesn't really have much smell. Okay, so I'm going to try them. Now I'm going to try Waitrose first, because I feel like this is concentrated, and if I've put a bit too much in, it might override the taste of this one. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. That's a nice sharp flavour, but it's not too bad. It's a good taste on your palate. I like that one. Okay, let's try a Tesco one. Oh, okay. They're about the same strength, give or take. It tastes completely different. That one's got a sharper aftertaste. It's sweet. You can taste the fresh juice in it. Now this one's got 30% fruit juice. I wonder what this one has. Does it say? Lime juice from concentrate 40%. Does that mean it's from fruit juice? Interesting. Okay, let's try Waitrose again. I feel like that would go really, really well with something alcoholic. I don't know if that's the purpose of it. I don't really drink lime alcoholic drinks, but it tastes how I'd expect it to go in some kind of alcoholic drink, where you just add a little bit of lime juice. But it is a cordial after all, so cordials are designed to be drank like these, primarily. It tastes more sugar. That's more sugary. And you think that the sharper, fruity taste is from sugars, but this one's more sugary. I think this one has more sugar in it. So let's have a look. Do they actually have any sugar in it? Practically no sugar. Practically no sugar. Interesting. So they both don't have any added sugar or anything. That's really strange. Yeah, so the Waitrose one has no added sugar, and this one has no added sugar. So this is just straight from limes. So I think, judging by the ingredients then, yeah, so lime juice from concentrate, 30%, lime juice from concentrate, 40%, plus you have to add on the fact that this is 4 times concentrated on top of that. So I think I must have made it slightly too strong, and it's already stronger in flavour anyway. Now, it's going to sound really, really odd, but you may agree with me here. If you've ever had a cordial that's just a straight bottle of cordial compared to a double concentrate, quadruple concentrate, pretty sure there's even 8 times concentrate these days. I can't remember which supermarket does it now, but they do taste different. Even when you try and dilute it as much as you can, there is always the aspect that it's always going to be stronger. Because like I say, no way is someone going to open this and put in like 2 little drops or get a little tablespoon and put it in the glass. Like, no one's going to do that. They're going to put a tiny little bit in, which I think always means that you're going to concentrate it more than the standard one. The standard one, I think, you're more likely to get an accurate result of exactly how strong you want your lime cordial to be. Whereas this one, you're going to struggle to get it exactly the right amount, which means the higher up the concentration you go for the bottle, the harder it is to get that accurate result that you want in. So at the end of the day, is this Waitrose one actually worth it? Now, I would buy it, absolutely. I would buy the Mexican lime cordial from Waitrose, it just tastes really nice. It's got a fresh, citrusy taste that I'd expect. It's nice and sharp, and I'd expect that from it. The Tesco one does feel a little bit more, it's going to sound really daft for saying this, but juicy? I can't describe it any other way than that, and it's probably because it's got more fruit juice in it, so hence why it tastes a little bit juicier anyway, plus the fact that it's harder to make sure it's the right amount. I find it too juicy, too strong. So, Swapper shoppers, would I swap from the Tesco to the Waitrose? I would on the right occasion. I don't think it's going to be a regular swap though. I think I may as well just continue with the Tesco version, because let's face it, this enormous beast of a lime cordial that's quadruple concentrated will last you a very long time. I'm trying to work out how much you would actually need. So 1 tablespoon is 15 millilitres, and you get 1.5 litres of this. So what's that? You get 100 drinks out of that. And in comparison, how many drinks would you get out of this one? Let's see. Now it says on here 1 part cordial with 4 parts water, and it's suggesting a 250ml serving. So to me that's suggesting that you use 50 millilitres of that, which means you get 20 glasses out of that, and you get 100 out of this beast of a thing. So considering this Tesco one is cheaper anyway, day to day, go with a Tesco. If you want something that'll be a little bit more exotic and try something that's probably a little bit more suitable, I guess, for making a tonic drink or something like that, or you just fancy just making sure that whatever you put in the glass is the right strength and you don't have to mess about with it being too sweet, maybe get this one. But I wouldn't really call it a swap, to be honest. I'd probably still buy both on equal occasions. So that's my decision. You may agree, you may disagree. I want to know down in the comments below. Ultimately, I want to hear your guys' suggestions as always. Now this one wasn't a suggestion, but the one coming up next, that is a suggestion, and trust me, it's been highly demanded. This person has asked me every day for about 2 or 3 weeks, when is the episode coming out? I'm telling you right now, the episode is on its way, and trust me, you're going to be very surprised at the result.